one of the things that is hard for moms to do is we set things up for other people so much, but we don't reflect on ourselves. So when we make decisions, we go back in our mind. Was that the right decision? Should I have done something else? Like all of those things go through your mind. So you prioritize your own thoughts, like get rid of the fear, because sometimes our own thoughts are fearful and they're just trying to stop us from moving forward. So you make the decision and you go. That's it. And then you get into that habit. So make the decision, move on. Make the decision, move on. You'll be surprised how much time you save.
Glad to be here today. Jerome Scott, the insurance guy. And as usual, we're not going to be talking about insurance, but I promise you we're going to get back to it. And wanted to say thank you to Creative Studios for being here today and putting up with me. I wanted to make sure that everyone knows that Creative Studios does podcasts. They do pictures, and as I've always said in the past, they do weddings, they do divorces, they do dinners, birthday parties, they do all of that. So if it encompasses film, they will do it. Pictures, they will do it. In fact, I'm going to tell you an experience about me. During the birth of my baby, I didn't give birth, but my wife did. And there I am in the washroom. I don't think they call it that. I've got Dr. Thurman here with me now. But I'm suiting up. I've got my gown on, and I got my camera around me. I've got the surgical cap on, and I'm washing up. And there's a guy that comes in, and he's dressed about the same way. He says, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I'm delivering a baby, and I'm taking pictures of the event." And he just shook his head. He says, okay. Nothing was said. Okay, they called me in the delivery room. True story. This is a true story. And I'm waiting. My wife is there. She's gowned up and all. This guy that I was washing up with at the sink, he comes in. He says, "I'm delivering a baby too." Who would have thought it? Is that something else? Yeah. True story. I'm washing up with the doctor. I didn't recognize him. But again, things happen. But you just never know. But I did take pictures. I know you're wondering. I did take pictures. I have the pictures at home of the event. They don't come out that much, but the point is, this was quite an event having that. But I said all that to say that I've got Dr. Shanna Thurman here with me today. Second time in, I needed to bring her in because there were some things that needed to be discussed.
Okay.
And again, the first book that came out, her number one book, and I say first because there's a second one that we're going to talk about today.
Yes.
And I understand before we went on air, she told me there was a third book that's coming out. I said, my goodness, she's just prolific. She's just a literary giant. And so this book here is goodness. Stop Overthinking.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the information. I don't have the book in front of me. I do have the book in front of me.
You do?
I do. Okay. Pardon me. I'm going to get to it. So this is for real. 5 ways for midlife moms to trust themselves again. And it says, stop overthinking. Dr. Thurman?
Yes.
I've been at it for the first 5 or 6 minutes, maybe longer. But are women overthinking?
I think people overthink.
People overthink.
Women do as well. So that's why I focused in. I wanted to do a follow-up to end mom guilt in midlife. So one of the big components of guilt a lot of times is overthinking. So when we make decisions, we go back in our mind. Was that the right decision? Should I have done something else? Did I weigh all my options? Did I get enough information? Like all of those things go through your mind, especially when you're dealing with your children.
Okay. All right. One thing that came up again that has come up is that I guess it was from the book itself also, but I wrote it down. Do you give sessions to help moms out there?
So that's one of the things that I'm in the process of setting up because I'm working on a workbook as well, because what happens to us when we read information? We think, oh, that's some good information,
Right.
but we don't always put it into practice. And
Okay.
then we need like an accountability partner to kind of help us along so we can get out of the habits that we have trained ourselves in to get better habits. And you can't do that a lot of times by yourself. Sometimes you need somebody alongside to help you, and then sometimes it even helps when there's a group of people that you can relate to.
Now, the question in my mind, because you said that,
Yes.
do individuals, or have you found that women will confide that information with another?
Mom?
That's it.
Yeah. Yes.
They do that?
Yes. Because a lot of times, what you see in society is like, you think about where you are in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you can relate to somebody who's in a similar situation, like possibly has children who are grown, who don't live with you, and you have grandchildren. Or where I am, when I first had a child, I was with other moms who had a newborn. Mm-hmm. Then as those children progress, it comes default, and then you kind of can trade stories. Because surprisingly, people think that you are different from your neighbor, but a lot of no.
Oh, you don't know my neighbors.
No,
There's
I'm
no
telling
way
you,
that I'm.
You're very
no.
similar. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing about people in general is we put up a lot of walls, and if we didn't, we could help ourselves out and help somebody else out as well. So that's one of the main reasons I wrote these books, is because when I talk to people, they're like, oh my gosh, I have that same experience, or this has happened to me. And I'd be like, that happened to me too. Why didn't we talk about it then, instead of struggling by ourselves?
So my neighbor, really, he says, like me, he likes fried chicken too.
He probably does.
Oh, boy.
He probably
Okay,
does.
all right. Okay, maybe that's why he's out there barbecuing and whatever. But anyway,
Yes,
I'd like
you
to
could
know
relate to him more than you think.
you
I'm
really-
sure.
Okay.
I'm sure of it.
Are you saying also in this book that stop overthinking, that moms do not trust themselves?
It becomes a habit of ours to ask other people before we make a decision. Why is that? Because we're in our household with our husband, and then we may have one child or more than one child. So as a mom, what do we want? We want harmony in the home. So we don't want to make a decision that is going to cause somebody else grief. So we'll confer, like, do you want this? Do you want to do this? Is this going to work? Is everybody happy with that before we make a decision? And you're puzzled because you didn't have to do that because you're the dad.
I don't think they care. Why would I care if a decision's made and I made it?
Exactly. That's the thing. That's why dads are dads and moms are moms. So moms are nurturing by design. That's why we're the mom. So we like to take into everybody's feelings and all of that. So at that point, when we start making a decision, we second guess, well, is this what everybody else would want? Or do I need to get more information because I'm not sure if this is the correct decision?
Well, how do you feel about this percentage? 85% of the people don't care what you're going through, and 15%.
Where is that from?
15% glad it's not them.
Where did you find that?
I just made that up.
I know,
Okay.
exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
But it's a good percentage. Really, 85, they don't care. 15%, what the?
Yeah, I'm
All
sure.
right.
But not in your home. That's the thing. This
Okay.
is like when we're dealing with decisions that we make for our home.
Okay.
And so it becomes a challenge, especially as your children get older. So you are like, okay, I don't care what they think, they're going to fall in line. Yeah, that kind of works when they're younger. But as you're raising young adults and you want them to have some autonomy when they get out of the home, you need to see how they're going to make decisions. Okay. So,
well, the producer and I were talking before you came on.
Yes.
And you came in, and we were talking about the kids. Today, they just don't listen.
Right.
And he kind of led me into it. I said, they don't get beat enough. So if they were beat enough, we could certainly have people fall in line.
That's what you think.
That's what they can do.
But there's only so much, like, okay, yes. So I will tell you this. My husband, where he was raised, I won't say because then people will be like, what? But where he was raised, that's kind of how things were. So it's like how the parents said that there was no questioning about it, right?
Right.
But now you have to think, yes, you could do that to an extent, but then what happens when they move out and that that getting them in line is no longer there. Right. Can they do it without the strong arm? That's the question.
Okay. All right.
So
let me go back a little bit, just a bit, and I'm going to stay on target, but go back and give something about your background.
Sure.
Because people probably don't know, and if they do, they've been privileged to find out. Mm-hmm. But you got your medical degree at Northwestern.
Yes, in Chicago.
Would you but tell us how many of blacks were in your class?
Myself.
So there was only one person in your class that was black.
Yes.
Now, I may have to eat this, but how many minorities were in your class?
Okay, so there was a gentleman with Asian background. Yeah. He did not make it.
Yeah. Okay.
He did not graduate.
So there were others, though.
And
minorities.
One other young lady, she was of Indian background. That was it.
And the class was how large?
45.
Okay. I guess my point is how when we show these statistics, you were on the kind of the elite, I guess you might say, because this is where we get things kind of tangled when we out there and we say there are X amount of minorities in this situation, whether it be job, class, or graduation, etc.
Yes.
But when you really break it down, we as a people are a very small minority. Blacks are a small number in that class. So you're terrific situation in your situation. So,
yes.
And that information that you received was very beneficial because it kick-started you off into your occupation and how you could help people.
I agree.
You agree with that?
Yes.
Okay.
I think, but just speaking to that, being the only person I had, which this is just an aside. I know you like going down different paths,
go aside.
I had an instructor who because I'm a doctor of physical therapy, we had to do a lot of like practicals. So sometimes we would be the patients for another student, or our instructor would be the patient. And then the instructor would watch how you interact. Like, are you being safe? Do you have good bedside manner? Are you doing the correct skills? All of that. Yeah. So I took an exam and the instructor said, I didn't know that you could speak so well. I'm in medical school.
Yeah, how about that?
So I'm like, I couldn't speak so well because I'm a student, because, what is the back? But you already know the reason she said that.
Situation.
So, yes. And that was in...
Whatever.
It wasn't that long ago.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? Now, I remember something about your background. The thought here is you were in an apartment and you would walk to school.
Correct.
And the thought here is when you went to walk to school, you stayed where Oprah Winfrey would walk or run. Is that
like by Water Tower Place on Michigan Avenue?
Actually, did you ever talk to her during her walk? Just
no.
curious. That's
no. But you always knew when she was there. There was heightened security, all that kind of stuff. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Super. I thought I would kind of pull that out.
No.
So you could actually, in theory, give an autograph that you knew her. Could you?
Well, you could say so.
I
walked by. I walked on the same road, and I could probably look up and know she was
we could
there.
stretch that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
At any rate, but I know people are interested in that. But let's get back to overthinking here. I tend to go to the side a little bit. One thing I thought was kind of interesting here is that in each chapter of the book, it's called, you have several chapters. In fact, there are 5 chapters. And, 6 chapters. And if you separate them out, an acronym stands for pause.
Yes, pause.
And each zeroes in on a certain section. Would you give me some information about the first one, pause, P for prioritizing your thoughts?
Right. So that just gets back to one of the roots of overthinking, which is putting everybody else's thoughts before your own. So even if you have a question in your mind and you think about it, and then you don't think about, well, what am I thinking about it? I'm going to ask my husband, or I'm going to call my mom, or I'm going to text my friend before I even think about my own thoughts about it. So if you're trying to make a decision about, okay, what do I think I need to do? Should I homeschool my kids, or should I send them to school, or should I send them to a private school? Like all of those things, you don't think about your own thoughts about that before you reach out and try to like look something up on the internet or see what your neighbor might have done about it.
So again, just to repeat to some extent would be to say that moms actually ask other people before they even make a decision. And
Correct.
It might not even be theirs.
Right.
The final analysis, when you think about that, again, someone else has made the decision, but you're actually copying and said it was yours. You really didn't do it.
Right. And that goes back to the overthinking. So then the more and more you do that, then if you decide to make a decision without conferring with other people, it's like you go back, is that the right decision? I didn't even ask anybody. So then you don't trust yourself. You don't trust your own decision-making process.
So because if you do that enough, you'll go to that person automatically. Well, let me go see Molly. And you do that every time.
Right.
And Molly's actually done everything for you.
Right.
Well, she really hasn't. She's just living your life.
Right. Or setting you up for something that you had no part in playing.
Yeah, right. And so when you fail, you can't even bother Molly because you were the mistake from the beginning. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's how we end up back with the guilt cycle. So it's really a cycle. That's why it's the habits that we have to get out of, which is why I came up with the pause, just pause.
All right. There was something in here about when you're going through this, do you have family meetings?
Yes.
Oh, you have that. You said that rather quickly. What happens at these family meetings?
It depends, different things. So we try to involve our kids in, since you're the insurance guy and the money man, in money, like budgeting. So we let them know, because a lot of times kids don't understand unless you show them. So they may think, Mom doesn't want me to have this thing or do this activity because she's just being mean. Well, no, there's no line item for that. Okay. We don't have it in the budget. So we try to explain to them things like that.
Well, what you do is you go ahead and ask the grandparents and get hey, send me that money because they won't give it to me. That's what they might do too. Yes, okay. They use outside resources. Yes, so we do that. But we also do things like we like to have our kids be part of the household because they live in the house. Okay. So I'm not doing all the cleaning. You live here too. You need to vacuum. You need to dust. So we have those kind of meetings, like who's doing what. We also have, it just sounds bad, but because it sounds like, oh gosh, all you're talking about is money and chores. But no, we also have fun meetings, like what do you all want to do in the summer? So when things happen, like we talk about summer's coming, what do you want to do? Like what's one thing that you would make your summer the best? So then our kids say, well, I want to do this with my friends, or I want to be able to go here, go to the beach. I want to be able to try this out. We do that. And then like when school starts, we'll have another big one where we talk about goals for the school year. Like, what do you want to do this school year? So then they set goals as far as what they want to achieve. Now, is this verbal?
And we write it down.
So you do both ways.
Yes.
Okay. Super.
Yeah.
That's good. That shows some things. That's stuff that they could use when they really get a job. Right.
Yeah. And help them think. Because again, when we think about overthinking and setting our kids up to not overthink, it's giving them a decision-making process. Like if you have this goal you want to make certain grades, what do you have to do? Like writing it down, yes, you want to make good grades. How do you make good grades? What are the steps that you have to take? Because I'm not in that process. That's on you. All right. So they have to figure out what they have to do, like how much they're going to like be on the phone with their friends, what other activities they're going to do outside of school, how much study time do they have to put in. So all of that, I try to guide them, but let them make a decision.
Sounds
with
like a
it.
job.
It does.
I don't want to be in your household. I can tell you right now.
They think that.
It's awful.
But really, it's setting them up to win.
Okay.
I tell them that all the time. I do.
Okay.
Yes. It does sound bad, though, doesn't it? It sounds like go. But that's the other reason why I try to let them have some downtime as well. Like, you can sleep in the summer, all that kind of stuff, because they need a break too, as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
I'm not that bad.
Okay, that's fine. Bingo. All right. What else can you tell the audience about this Stop Overthinking 5 Ways for Midlife Moms to Trust Themselves?
I think one of the things that is hard for moms to do is we set things up, like I was talking about, for other people so much, but we don't reflect on ourselves. We don't realize as we're living our lives, we are helping other people develop, but we're not developing ourselves. So that is one of the reasons with Stop Overthinking. It's like, know who you are, figure out what you actually want in a situation, and then you can ask other people. Like, already have who you think you want to be and what decision you want to make before you ask others. So it's not cutting everybody out, but it's just realizing what your thoughts are on a situation before you move forward. And then not going back to the decision you made, because that's also the hard part too.
Well, from reading the 2 books at this particular point, and there may be a third one out and so forth, and moms go through this, could they decide after the second book that they shouldn't have been a mom? I'm just wondering. I don't know.
I hope not, because that's the thing. Okay, so I thought, oh my gosh, these books are really heavy, because if you think about it, they're not thick.
No,
like they're not very thick,
no.
But they're very emotional. So like when I thought about these, and I even now use Just Pause all the time. Like, I'm like, oh, don't go back to that decision. You already made it. Like, just embrace the decision you made, move forward. And it saved me a lot of time and a lot of like heartache and grief, because it's like, you're wasting your time trying to go back. You've already made the decision.
Yeah, it's
just
done.
move forward.
It's done.
So the next book is Thrive. Thrive.
That's not out yet.
No.
Well, I'm waiting. I can't wait.
Right. Because after you do all this, you're like,
I can wait. But
what's next? You want to live and have joy in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you can get so wrapped up in the day-to-day and your routine and what you have to do and the dinner and the going to school and all the sports and all the appointments and all that. But why not have a good time while you're living it? Because if you wait, you've gotten older, life has moved on, your kids have moved on.
Yeah, they've moved on. You're all by yourself.
Yes.
And now you read the book and you say, my goodness, where was this book before this all started?
Right. So it's like you want to live now. So that's the third book, is having that joy in your life each and every day.
Okay. Well, okay. There was something on my mind, and now it's kind of flipped away. But again, the other one that came up the first time with the first book, in mom guilt.
Yes.
It came up, well, should you have more than one child?
Yes.
Again, is it worth reading that now? Because before you have the children, maybe these books are going to tell us how many kids you should have. What do you think? No,
I don't think it's going to help with that.
It's not?
No.
Okay.
Decide how many children? No. I don't think
because
so. But it will help you decide how you should live as you continue with however many kids you have, one or more than one.
Yeah, there's so much that goes in this whole thing, the preparation and things like that, and it's just a lot to it. I still think it's just a lot of things going on. Is there anything else that you'd like to bring forth on these, on either the end mom guilt or the overthinking that kind of sticks with you, that you think is important for the public to know, the people that are listening?
Well, I definitely think people should go on Amazon and buy the book for sure.
Okay.
Because I do think even if you are not dealing with mom guilt or you are not dealing with overthinking, you have a mom friend that is. And she might not say it. She may have on a strong face, a brave face, but she needs this book in her life for sure.
Well, the other thing about that is certainly go on and get it from Amazon, but you might want to get one and buy it and buy one for your mom. What do you think? You know?
Yes.
Your mom.
And I think
just kidding with that, but you took
No.
that. That's good.
I think
so. I'm on the right plane then.
Yes, for sure.
I surprise myself sometimes.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, okay. Do you ever have any challenges with overthinking? Probably not, because you're very direct, aren't you?
None whatsoever.
Exactly.
No.
But there are people it can work for anybody. So you prioritize your own thoughts. You assess your own thoughts. Get rid of the fear, because sometimes our own thoughts are fearful and they're just trying to stop us from moving forward. It doesn't have anything to do with logic. You just are putting worst case scenarios in your head that could probably never happen. Right?
Well, that's true. So again, there's something in there, in that mind, that is stopping you from making that decision.
Yes. And you go back and forth.
And that's that person, whoever that person is, needs to be extracted from your mind.
Right.
So how do you
quieted.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you get it extracted? You have a good steak meal or steak dinner? Or
No. So
some barbecue ribs or what?
maybe you
Okay.
feed it and then it goes to sleep. No, that could happen. But
That's good. I like that.
But
she's got it.
I talk about doing what's called a brain dump. So you write down all the thoughts that you're having about a certain situation, but you don't judge them. You're not like, well, this is a good thought or a bad thought. But then you sit for 10, 15 minutes and just keep writing. Because that's the thing. When we're overthinking, our brain is just going. Those times you lay down, you can't go to sleep because your brain is full and it's just all that. So a brain dump really helps, because that helps you then organize, what am I thinking about this? So you can cross things off and organize what is important.
Now, you said something
helps.
interesting there, Dr. Thurman, and I guess this is a clinical term, brain dump.
Yes.
Is that a clinical term, or is that something you made up?
No, it's not. I didn't make it up. A lot of people do it, but I
Okay.
use it.
So
Yes.
they're using this word and they don't know how to use it, really, aren't they? They don't know
So
how
it's just-
powerful this is.
Yeah, it really works. You should try it. You should try it.
Because I got other things I got to dump out, really.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
People don't realize that. Yeah. They do now.
Yes.
Yeah,
so it's very helpful. It's surprising. It sounds very simple, but it's very impactful for sure.
I'll tell you. Well, watch your step when you leave here. There may be some dumps you
Some
got
brain dumps.
all
Look
over the
out,
floor here.
look out.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, the people can get this from Amazon, and what else is happening here? Go ahead.
What else? Okay, so after you make a decision, you definitely, if you've gone through and really weighed everything out and you've known what you believe, you've talked to other people, you've done your brain dump, you've thought it through, you don't need to go back to it. You make the decision and you go. That's it. It becomes that, and then you get into that habit. So make the decision, move on. Make the decision, move on. You'll be surprised how much time you save.
Well, I like the idea, what you said also, is getting a partner to kind of feel things out with you. I guess it would help if this partner has read this book also, wouldn't it?
Right.
Okay, so that means you could sell 2 books at that time.
That's right. That's right.
Buy 2 books from Amazon. So
One for you, one for your partner.
Find that friend when you order 2. Order 2. So that's important. That's good. So I'm helping you out here, aren't I?
Or they just need a person like you that never overthinks.
Well,
right?
I'm still buying 2.
Okay.
I'll
Thank
just get out there and throw them out there. Yeah. Okay. Set a time limit to decide.
Yes.
Is that really important? You
Definitely.
set a time. That means you could do it for, I'll decide next Friday.
Yes.
But
Definitely.
But it's due on Monday.
What? No, you can't. You can't do that.
You can't do that?
No. But it's set a time limit for yourself. So that's why you also need that partner, so they can hold you accountable. Because when we write a deadline for ourselves, we're kind of like, oh, well, if I don't get to it by then, it's still okay. No, you need to decide. Because the more time you have, the longer you can overthink. If you shorten it down, okay, I have to decide this in a week, then it's done. I don't go back to it. I make the decision and I move on.
All right, good. All right. Well, make sure, I guess the thought here is when that friend is calling you that you don't ignore the call.
Yes, that's right.
I'll put them on hold or something like that.
Yes, send them to voicemail.
Yeah, send it to voicemail. And I think, again, we look at this and uncover what you actually want. You know, we have individuals, moms, that are doing things that they didn't intend to do.
Right.
They're out there. Is that one reason why moms are so unhappy?
Because I mentioned it, and I think it's in that one and as well as in Mom Guilt, is because of where we are as a society right now with everything, with social media and all of this, it's very easy for us to see like the ideal mom or the ideal household setup.
Right.
And you look around your house and you're like, I've
we
got a ways to go.
We got a ways to go. You're at the supermarket and somebody yells at you.
Right.
Well, you can throw them a book.
Right. But
Read this son of a gun.
Yes. So it's like we put a lot of things on ourselves that we shouldn't, because if you think about it, social media a lot of times is a television show, pretty much. People set it up. All the distractions are out of the way. Everything is like in line. That's really not how it is.
Really?
I hate to tell you.
I'm going to have to go back.
If you go and look and you pull the curtain back, they have some stuff going on too. So, but in our mind, the thing with our mind, it's so, your mind is one of those things, it's so powerful, right? And so you have to try to control it, because when you see that, even though you constantly tell yourself, well, I know that's really not true, your mind is seeing it and it believes it's true. Yes.
Boy. You've just captivated me. So these pictures that I see, these people on these cruises, that's not happening? No.
Right. They're like, I did all this. And here I am in my yacht. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I wish I could have that yacht. And then you're like, do they really have that yacht? And your mind thinks, yes, they really have that yacht. But they rented that yacht. They don't own it.
Now you tell me. Okay.
Yes. Look, so we have to really, as moms, lots of stuff is thrown at us all the time.
Yeah.
So we have to really take control and get over our guilt, and then also stop overthinking and not compare ourselves, because it's so easy to do that.
Right. Well, Dr. Thurman, this has been a pleasure again today. I can't say any more than I have, because I've said it. I probably could say a couple more things.
You probably could.
But I thank you for coming back a second time.
I appreciate you.
I don't think I'll have
you
you come back again, but the thought here is we've had a
really? You're not going to have me come back again?
You're going to have another book, right? I probably will, because I've committed that. Usually I do.
You have to close it out.
I do.
Because you want to leave the people on a high note.
Yeah, well, that's my problem. When I say something, people know that I mean it, and I don't know. I don't like it. But I'll probably have you back as much as I had any. Let me see, do I have anything else here that I could certainly go to that would be good? We're going to end here. Because Dr. Thurman said that my percentages were off. I still believe 85% of the people don't care what you're going through, and 15%, glad it's not them. So, and you can quote me on that.
I will.
Okay, please do. And there was something else that came in here. One thing that I have to say, because of what you said today, and also the first time you were on, and which is very good, you meet people where they are. Mm-hmm. That's great. You meet them from where they are. Instead of saying coming in from another direction, you actually take them from where they are, and then you take them someplace else.
Well, we start where they are, right?
But you always start from where they are. But it's always good to have you. And this has been heartwarming to see a second book to come out. And we did this before, but is this #1 on Amazon again? Another one that you've got #1 on?
The end of Mom Guilt is still trending higher than Stop Overthinking.
Really?
Yes. This In Mom Guilt is still in the top like 25 for new releases for
Well,
like
the
emotions
reason
and
why overthinking is people are still reading In Mom Guilt.
They could be,
They're
yes.
slow readers.
It
That's
could
what
be,
it is.
or they're contemplating, should I buy it? Should I not?
Yeah,
And they
how
need to
about
get
that?
stop
Isn't that
overthinking.
something?
Yes.
And what are these books costing now?
Okay, so End Mom Guilt, which could be why it's trending higher, is $9.99 on Amazon, and then Stop Overthinking, the print, is $12.99.
Okay. So as you write them, the price goes up.
It's a little, yes,
That's
possibly.
fine. Okay.
We'll see how the next one is
Okay,
priced.
all
but
right, that's
yes.
good.
And they're also available on Kindle, so I have ebook prices too.
Okay, great. All right. Super. Well, I'd like to thank you again for coming in, and we'd like to thank Creative Studios for being with us today and taping this and getting it out there and doing things for us. And don't forget what they do. Please give them a call and put a little jingle in their pocket. That's pretty important, stuff like that. And they will take their cameras everywhere. You might need them for your next trip when you go to the airport. They'll take film you getting on the plane, and that'd be something, providing you come back from where you're going. But anyway, mainstream media, thank you very much. And with that being said, we're over and we are out.